Hello everyone. It's Friday again. Happy Friday. I'm gonna wait and see until I see it pop up on my other screen for us to get started. If you see the little red dot up here, that means you're catching me live. If you don't, that means you're catching the replay. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Today we're going to be working with this really cute set called the Springtime Joy stamp set. My favorite stamp sets are the ones with cute animals, and I think these are just adorable. This set can be found in the mini catalog, January to June, and this is on page 22. I'm really excited for these projects. They're really adorable. Perfect for Easter or just a spring theme card, depending on which sentiment you decide to use. And it looks like the video did just pop up on my screen now. I'm going to go ahead and share that over to my business page and my personal Facebook, so give me one moment. If you are already catching me live, make sure you write something in the comments just so that I know that the comments are working. Alright, I've shared it over to my business page. And share this to my main page. Alright, so now that I know that it's popped up and I know that it's working, I'll just wait to see if I can see your comments. Oh, there we go! Yay, I can see comments now. Hey Sangeeta, hey Andrew. Alright, thanks for all the love. So let's go ahead and reveal the projects for today. Here is the card. And I didn't match the envelope flap exactly, but I did pick the same DSP. But I really liked this paint look of this piece of paper. And then on the inside, I just left it blank, so you're able to write anything that you'd like in there. And then we have this cute bag topper that looks like a basket. It says Easter is a lovely reminder of new beginnings, with a cute little baby chick. And then these chocolate carrots I thought were the cutest. And I just decorated the bottom part that holds the carrots on there. So cute. So if you make Easter baskets, you could always make multiple of these and then add it to one basket. Or these could just be, you know, a couple in there, and then you can create some other little treats. Or this could be an Easter basket in a box and then send it off to your friends and family. Super cute. We don't really have any little kids in the family anymore, so we don't really do Easter. But I thought these Easter baskets would be, or Easter box baskets would be cute to send to my family. Everyone loves chocolate, right? All right, let's go ahead and get started. And the first one we're gonna make is the card. And just a reminder, if you want the make and takes for free, just make a $35 or more purchase by Tuesday, March 16th using this host code. If you use the link that's up in the description, that's actually going to already have the host code on it. So you just have to click that link and then you can go shopping. And then I will send you this make and take. It'll look just like this. All the pieces that you'll need will be cut and scored. The only thing that you'll need to complete the projects is the stamp set, ink, anything to color your project in, and then of course adhesives. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So on the very back, those are all the pieces for the 3D project. And the pieces on the front are going to be the pieces for the bag topper. And then the card pieces are going to be inside the envelope. So I'm going to go ahead and just separate these out on my workspace. All right, there we go. So let's start off with the stamping. So you're going to need the envelope out to stamp, and you're going to need this piece of basic white, and then this yellow label. This is, I picked this piece because I thought it looks like the sun, and I didn't want to actually stamp a sun on there. I wanted to use this as a sentiment. And there's 3 different sentiments that come in this set. May the new life of spring bring you joy. Easter is a lovely reminder of new beginnings. And welcome spring. And I did use all 3 on these projects, but if you'd like to use different ones, you can always swap them out. And I just stamped this using our Memento ink, Tuxedo Black. And you're just gonna, for this I need a stand. There we go. Sometimes you just have to look straight over what you're stamping to make sure you're gonna make it on that label. Especially with this one because it's just so close to those edges. All right, next let's stamp all our cute characters. We are going to be coloring these in with blends today, but you can color these with anything that you prefer. Blends are my favorite. I like color pencils, but I definitely go through them way too quick because I like the vibrant colors, so I really press down hard on those. And these you can get pretty close together. We are going to fussy cut them at the end, but we're going to fussy cut them really close to those edges. I really like all the pieces in this set. And I used to want to make flower headbands like this. It was one of the crafty projects that I was into at one point. I thought they looked really easy to make, and it turned out it wasn't as easy as I thought. But my brother and I go to the Renaissance Fair every year, except for last year, of course, because it was canceled. And I always buy a flower wreath, or a flower headband? Flower wreath headband? Not sure what it's called, but I tried making it because I thought it would be cheaper, and it was not. And actually, let's stamp one more on the envelope. And I like this bunny. This is my favorite one. Well, actually, yeah, I'd say this one's my favorite one, and then the little baby chick is probably my second favorite, because I think the little baby chick is just so attitude-y. It's like, excuse me, where are you going with those eggs? Alright, so we're going to let those dry just a bit before we color them, because we don't want to smudge it. So let's go ahead and add our decor to our flap, just like we always do. Add some adhesive here. And Andrew, you like easy? Yep, me too. And it was not. I really do love those Renaissance fairs though, because they usually have a bunch of like crafting tables on how they make some of the items that they use for those fairs. So in previous years, they've had people making the chain link. They've had people making yarn, but they were actually like taking raw fibers and showing the process of getting to the yarn. That was really cool. And then they also have blacksmiths actually working and making different tools. And then of course the food trucks are amazing. I wonder if they're gonna have it this year. All right, let's go ahead and put part of our card together. I'm gonna take our bone folder and crease our card. And we're gonna just place this yellow piece on the inside. And those of you that may be interested in purchasing cards, I'm actually going to be working on getting my Etsy store up and running this weekend. So I will announce once that is all set. Then we have our sky piece, and we're going to put it up here as close to the top as we can. All right, there we are. Okay, this next part is going to be really fun. So we are going to take this front piece and we're going to actually add some color. We're going to add some granny apple green to this using one of our blender brushes. And these are new. And I don't know if you can see this, but these are actually tiny, tiny bristles. It looks like one piece of foam, but it's really not. It's super soft. It took me a while to actually ink them up because I just kept playing with them. It is so cool, Andrew, right? So what I do is I kind of just tap on my ink pad, and then I'm going to tap off once, and then I'm just going to brush onto it. And you may not see the change right away, but if you move it, you can definitely tell that there is ink getting on there. And you can do this as many times as you want to get it as dark as you want. I don't want it too dark, I just want you to be able to see a difference between the two levels. I realized that I was shaking the table. Sorry about that. Alright, that should be good. We're going to actually do this with our treats. No, our bag topper as well, but with a different color. Alright, so let's go ahead and add this piece first, and this one we're just going to use our Stampin' Seal with. We're gonna line it up with the bottom there. Alright, there we go. And then this piece here we're going to use dimensionals on. Andrew, the last time you went to the Renaissance Fair, you had fried ice cream, which relates to the Renaissance because... Good question. I have no ideas about that one. I would always get like the big turkey leg and some sort of sausage and mashed potatoes. My brother and I try to get as many small items as we can to try as many food trucks as we're able to. There was some sort of like nachos that we got, but it was themed for the fair. I can't even, it's been so long, it's been 2 years, I can't even remember what was on it. But if they have it, we should totally go. Okay, there we go. And so see, that bit of color really makes it pop even more. We're going to add our sun over here. We're also going to use dimensionals on that. Even though it doesn't really relate, I do love fried ice cream. And I don't understand the concept, but it's delicious. I also love fried bananas. In South Padre, they used to have a restaurant that made these delicious fried bananas, and I used to get them like every week. And it was a fried banana with, I think it was chocolate chips on the inside, but when you ate it, it was like completely melted, and whipped cream and ice cream on the side. That was the bomb. All right, let's go ahead and get started with coloring this in. So for our little sheep, we're gonna use light smoky slate. And what I did is I kind of just followed the lines that they already have here, and I tried to make it really thin. But I did use this brush side. Just adding a little bit of texture. I did a little bit under the crown and then a little bit on top of here. And then a little bit on the ears and on the very top. And then if you, actually on the eyes and the nose as well. And if you don't like it that dark, or maybe you added a little too much, you can use this color lifter and you can just go over it slightly. It does take a few seconds to show up, so don't keep pressing it because you will kind of run that ink. Just be patient with it. You can always go back and do it again. On the leaves, what I did is I used some dark granny apple green. And I did use this side because I just wanted it in the center, just a tiny bit. And these are really small, so you have to be very careful. And then the lights. Just blend it in. While I have these in my hand, I might as well do the other leaves. And it was hard to pick what colors to use for these cute flowers. So I kind of just picked ones that were really bright and fun. Time to start the Roaring 20s. Fried ice cream works from diffusion. I still don't understand though. Interesting. I need to learn how to make it so I can do it at home. Actually, I really just want to learn how to make that fried banana. Then I would be content. Alright, let's go ahead and actually get that smoky slate out again. We're going to do the same thing with this cute bunny. Just add a little more color. And you could totally just leave these alone if you'd like and not add any color. You can change the color, color in more. Totally up to you. Alright, now let's go ahead and color in these flowers. So for this bunny, I actually used one of our in colors that's retiring. I used light purple posy to color in the whole flower. And then I decided to use Ridge Razzleberry and just add a line towards each of the petals and then kind of blend in. Almost creating a little star shape there. I thought that looked really cool. Now I'm going to color in my cute little Attitude baby chick. This one I used Dark Daffodil Delight on the edges here. Kind of reminds me of the attitude of Tweety Bird. Alright, there we go. Now let's color in these. And I think I'm going to do the same thing like I did with these ones here, but I'm going to go ahead and start with Dark Mint Macaron. Every time I see this color, I want to say macaroon. And I know it's not right, but that's what comes to mind. And then I'm going to take Dark Bermuda Bay. I'm going to do the same thing like I did here. So I'm going to create almost like a star shape. There we go. All right, next let's color this flower in. And I'm coloring this one in with Dark and Light Flirty Flamingo. I haven't bought the flamingo stamp set and I kind of want to. And then for this little flower, I'm actually going to use one color. I'm going to use this Dark Cherry Cobbler. I thought this color was just super vibrant and fun. And I don't use it that often. Need to find more uses for it. Then let's color in our cute Easter basket. So one thing that I do miss is getting Easter baskets and making full-on Easter baskets. So I think we need to make it a tradition where adults get them too. We don't have to get the same things as we did as kids. We could get like fun adult things. In my perfect Easter basket, I would probably have craft supplies. Like if someone made me one filled with Stampin' Up! Products, I would be super happy. Or one filled with Lego, I'd also be super happy. And I guess that's more kid-like, but everyone loves Lego. Lego's so awesome. I just need a whole room now designated to just Lego. Alright, there we go. Now our eggs, we're going to just color them in any fun bright colors we want. So I'm just going to kind of grab whatever colors I grab. And those are the ones I'm going to use. You can make these fancy if you'd like and make little designs on them like you would actual Easter eggs. And then for my butterfly, I'm going to color the wings with light Poppy Parade. And then I'm going to use some Granny Apple Green. And there we are. And that's all we're going to do. All we have to do is fussy cut these out and then add them to our card. Andrew, your favorite basket would be filled with computer parts? That would be a really nice Easter basket. Especially if it had every single piece that you dream of for your perfect computer. And then you could put it together. That would be a really cool basket. I'm trying to think of what the basket could actually be. Like maybe the... I'm not sure. Maybe some sort of computer stand turned upside down and then you'd put it all inside. I like for the basket to kind of relate to what it is. So like if it was a Lego one, you know, someone could build a basket made out of Lego and then fill it with other Lego. If it was Stampin' Up, you could make a basket made out of paper and then fill it with Stampin' Up products. The computer one is an interesting dilemma on what kind of basket you could use that fits that theme perfectly. I think I have to think on that one. So for these, I'm fussy cutting them really close to that edge. And I actually thought about not even having that white border, but I decided against it. Or I decided for it, against not having it. Andrew, did you used to get Easter baskets as a kid? And if so, what were in them at that point? I don't remember exactly. I think mine were probably filled with like drawing stuff, like different art kits. And I definitely remember one year I got a rabbit for Easter. And then I think it got out of its cage outside and got lost. I think that's what the story was. There were so many little mishaps with pets I had over the years. And that was when I was really little, but I do remember getting raw carrots and I'd eat a few pieces of it and then I'd go take it out to the rabbit outside. They're super cute when they're little and not as fun as they get older. They kind of smell. I didn't have much luck with pets until Sirius. Sirius has been the best pet for me. Alright, almost done fussy cutting. Oops, my screen minimized. That was weird. I have it playing on my computer beside me so that I can read comments, and it just closed down. All right, there's our little flower. The only other part of Easter that I always wasn't sure, what to do was after Easter, what to do with the baskets. Some baskets you could use for like a fruit basket or, something around your house, but some of them, they're only for Easter, or they're so specific that you can't really reuse them. I even thought about using actual baskets for this project, but I really like having them in boxes because they're a lot easier to mail out to people. If you have a basket, more difficult to mail. You'd have to deliver it to their doorstep and then knock and run away. All right, so now it is time to put this together. So our little sheep is going to get a little bit of liquid glue on the bottom and then dimensionals up top. All right, there we go. I'm going to place this sheep on the hill, and then we're going to do some layering here. So it's easier to start off with this one here and add it to the background. And then we are going to add a little bit of glue to the bottom of the basket and on the bottom half of the bunny. One dimensional up top here, and then on the basket we're going to use a mini dimensional up top, right about there. Okay, and we're going to layer these two together. So I'm going to still be able to see that flower on this side, and so I'm going to just place this bunny over, and then I'm going to place my basket like so that I know I'll be able to see both of those. There we go. Alright, now each of these is just going to have some multi-purpose liquid glue. Alright, so our little baby chick right there. Our butterfly is going to be flying in front of the sun. And then one last flower in the background. And there we go. We are done with this project. I hope you liked this one. Super cute. Easter or spring, and bright and fun. All right, the next one we're gonna do is we are going to work on the basket bag topper. So this is what it's gonna look like here. And so I'm gonna show you how we weave these pieces to make it look like a basket. So let me pull those pieces here. We do have some stamping and some ink work. So we're going to go ahead and first start with these pieces here. We are going to stamp our basket again and our baby chick. And then our sentiment that we're going to be using for this one is actually going to be stamped in cinnamon cider. And this one is specific to Easter, so if you don't want it to be Easter, related, then you can just switch this sentiment out. There we are. And actually, we still need our cinnamon cider. We are going to get each of these pieces, and we're going to use another blending brush, not a bending brush, although it does bend. And we're just going to do the same thing like we did. We're going to just use that brush to get some ink on the edges here. I did do it on these edges as well. Now, if this was a recorded video, I may fast forward through this because this is going to be the same thing for each of these strips. But I definitely think it is well worth it because once you put them together, you don't want them to blend in together. You want to be able to clearly see the different strips. And some of them you can do lighter than others. There we are. Okay. I would say we're about halfway there. I've already designated all of my blending brushes that I currently have, and I need to purchase some more. And I have seen that other demonstrators recommend getting a blending brush that you can use for like your major colors, like one for reds, one for greens, one for yellows. I also think it depends on how much ink you're going to use it for. I'm really inking these up, and it does take some work to get out the majority of that. So I definitely would recommend getting similar colors together, like lighter greens, and then maybe another for darker greens. And then even think about labeling what you used it for or what colors it's for, because I have noticed that when you have them all next to each other, sometimes it's kind of hard to know what colors you used it for. And sometimes it will change the color slightly. There we go, just two more. There we are. Okay, so we are done with our blending brush and our ink pad. So I'm going to put those aside. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take this piece here, give it a good nice fold. Oh, there's my bone folder. Alright. And then we are going to put this together. Now this is really fun. I was just experimenting with it when I was designing it, and found that if you put each of these strips in, it holds it together. So like right now it seems like it's going to be really weak, right? But once you kind of stack these in, it'll hold it in place a little better. And then what I also found is if you at least take a little bit of glue and just use it for the first one, that also holds it together really well. Teresa loves your card. Aw, yay! Tell her I said thank you. Alright, and put a little bit on the back for these other two. And the great thing about using the multi-purpose liquid glue is you can move these around as you're working with them. Alright, there we go. Oh, we had it. Right about there. Okay, so now we're going to start stacking the rest of these in here, and I'm not going to use glue for these. And so I found that it kind of helps if you hold it up, and then you're just going to weave it through. So you're going to change the ones that you use to put this one through. You're just going to push it on in there. And it's not going to go completely against your other piece, but you'll still get the same fill for it. Alright, there we go. And then do the opposite. So if this was over, then go under, over, under, over. There we are. And just follow that pattern all the way down. And it's not going to fit all of these pieces, but it'll get pretty close. And this one was actually a little less than even my original because I didn't use this piece. But I'm just going to leave it like that. And I am going to layer this on this piece, so even though it has holes, you won't be able to see them. Alright, and that's about it. So I'm going to use my liquid glue just for like these last couple pieces to make sure to hold these in place. And then I'm going to use some Stamp and Seal to place it on the front of this piece here. And then if you want to trim it, you can go ahead and turn it around. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and color in these pieces real quick. Alright, so I'm just going to color these in pretty similar to the way I colored in the other one. Let me get the back of these. There we are. I do miss making like colored Easter eggs. And every year I feel like there's a new technique that people use. One of the techniques that I want to try is the, I think it was shaving cream. And you put the food coloring like droplets on it, and then you kind of like moved it around. And then when you put the egg and you rolled the egg in it, it created a marble effect. I thought that was super cool. I also really love the kits that sell like the white crayon that you can use. And then you can draw designs on your egg, and then when you dye the egg, it has that resist effect, ink resist effect. Which, now that I think about it, would be a really cool Easter design card. Like do one large Easter egg on the front, or maybe the whole card is the Easter egg. You could use white heat emboss and then maybe some watercolor effect over. That'd be really cool. A fun background. I need to write that down. All right, there's our little basket. Okay, and then we also have our cute little baby chick. All right, there we go. We're going to take our piece of twine, and we're going to go ahead and make a little bow. This is going to be very tiny. Here we go. I'm going to use a glue dot for this. And I want it right on the corner. And these glue dots are a little too big for it, so I kind of just fold it over itself. And then add my bow right on top. There we go. Before we put this together, let's go ahead and add it to our bag. For this one, I didn't put glue on the sides just because I do want to fill these up with as many chocolates as I can. And so I want it to have that breathing room where it's not fully attached. All right, now we're going to take our sentiment, and of course we're going to pop this up using dimensionals. Right in the center there. And then we're going to use a dimensional on the left side of our basket. And I'm going to place it right there where it's not going to cover up our sentiment. And then our little chick will have it here. And then you're going to get this as close, as close as you can. There we are. Last but not least, let's add some embellishments. And these are also cinnamon cider. Come here. There we go. All right. And we are all done with this one. And then this looks really cute with all the cute little treats and a little baby chick and a Dove milk chocolate and peanut butter. These are so good. If you like Reese's peanut butter cups, these taste just like them, but with Dove chocolate. Thank you. I love the layering too. Takes time, but I definitely think that it's worth it. All right, the last one is my absolute favorite. And mostly because the treats make it look super cool. So this is our last project. And I did want to share with you how you purchase this. So when you purchase it, it actually comes with 4 carrots. And it comes in a box just like this. Now originally I was going to recreate this, and then I said, why should I recreate it? It's already here and I don't want to recycle it. So all I did is I flattened it out. So I took it apart, flattened it out, and then chopped it in half. And so this is what you get. And so it will have a hole here, but we're covering it up with paper anyway, so you can't see the hole. So cute and so simple. And then it actually looks like you're gonna pick those chocolates right out of the ground. And they're giant chocolate carrots, so this bunny is going to have a field day. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our last project. And it takes very little pieces. Here they are. Of course, let's start off with our stamping using our Memento ink. We're going to stamp our cute little bunny. And we need 1 flower. Our sentiment for this one is going to be Welcome Spring, which is when we're going to start seeing some delicious food pop up. All right, so let's go ahead and let those dry a little bit, and let's take care of our little box. So we're going to go ahead and just real quickly fold on all the score lines. This one is super simple because it is just going to cover up this little box here. So we are going to cut off each of the corner rectangles. If you want these to be completely straight, you can use your paper trimmer, but I'm fine with just using my paper snips. All right, there we go. And these are going to become flaps. So I'm just cutting to that score line, and then I'm gonna create little tabs so it's easier to fold, so that if my cuts aren't exact, it'll still close right. All right, there we go. Oops. Ooh, let me make sure I'm still in frame. All right, there we go. And that's all there is to this box. And it covers this up exactly, just like that. So what we're gonna do is we're going to add some adhesive to these flaps and then the insides as well. So I found adding adhesive to the smaller flaps is easiest. And then you're going to real quickly add some to these. There we go. All right, so you're gonna go ahead and place this in the center. And you're gonna bring up 1 side at a time. Whoops. Did that backwards. Alright, let's try that again. Let's add a little bit more adhesive there. Alright, learn from my mistakes. You're going to put the sides on the left and the right up first, fold those flaps in, and then fold the front and back. There we go. Y'all didn't see that mistake, right? Alright, now we're going to go ahead and just build on the front of this. And this one here, you can add a little bit of that coloring like we did with the first one. So I'm just going to take a little bit of Granny Apple Green and just do that same thing on the top. Alright, there we go. And then we're going to use some dimensionals. All right, there we are. Put this on the front. Okay, let's go ahead and color in our bunny and our flower. Alright, here we are. Thanks, Andrew. I'm trying to reuse as much as possible. I did think about getting that plastic grass for inside these boxes, and I was like, no, just stick with the paper grass. It looks better, and it's better than using the plastic one. Being environmentally friendly is hard when you're creating. But I hope the stuff that I'm creating is reused, so we're not wasting. Alright, so let's go ahead and color in these flowers. Let's see. Let's do those leaves first. There we are. And, ooh, I used yellow for these ones. Wanted to match the sentiment. Oh, so cute. Okay, let's go ahead and fussy cut out our sentiment first, since this has had time to dry. And we'll let those blends dry up a little bit. And I thought this sentiment was so fun because we have two different fonts here. Welcome, spring! I'm not a huge fan of spring. I feel like spring is allergy season. And I've had bad allergies all year, so I feel like this year for spring is going to be even worse. But it does mean we are closer to summer. And I do love summer. Alright, so we're just fussy cutting these out, just like we did with the other ones. I really wish these had dies. I think this would be a cute set Oops, got a little too close for that one. All right, there we are. Okay, now all we have to do Hey, Kevin. No worries. I'll bring out the 3 projects so you can see them. So we're gonna go ahead and put these together. And I did center this bunny on the front. So we're gonna use a dimensional right here. And that's kind of a small spot, so I'm just gonna do the dimensional right on the back piece. All right there. And then let's put some glue on the bottom. I did decide though, when I have a house and I can have an actual like craft room, I'm gonna have huge jars, so my craft room is gonna be themed Honeydukes. It's from Harry Potter, it's the candy shop. And behind me is going to be these huge candy dishes, and they're going to be filled with like all the different color paper shreds. I think that would be really cool. And since I use them every week, and I like to use them for gifts, I think that would be really handy to have. Oops. Ooh. I'm just dropping everything today. Or everything's flying out of my hands. There we are. Okay, last but not least, let's add our sentiments to the front. And to finish this project off, we of course need our chocolate carrots. There we are. So cute. I love it so much. It is so adorable. And I can't wait to eat these chocolate carrots. I want to make sure I have enough for all the projects that I'm giving away. And then I'm going to be chowing down on some chocolate carrots. So here we have our treats. We have our bag topper with some yummy treats inside. And then we have our finished card. I hope you enjoyed the projects this week. I really enjoyed creating these ones. I'm definitely loving the bright, fun colors of spring and all the cute little animals. If you would like these make and takes, don't forget to make a $35 order or more by Tuesday, March 16th, using this host code or clicking that link in the description. That will send you straight to my shop. Aw, thanks for all the hearts. Love it! And if you're interested in cards, I will have my Etsy shop up hopefully this weekend, so I'll be announcing that on my page as well. So if you just want to purchase actually finished cards, like something like this, that'll be up as well. Yay! Thank you all for joining me. I will be here again next Friday, same time, same place. And don't forget to like this video, share this video, and check my blog out once I post at dinodanielledesigns.com. Have a wonderful weekend, stay safe, see you next Friday.